Introduce my family. I think this is the first time that we've been to the Medina County Democratic Party. My wife is way in the back there. Stand up, Stacy. These are the kids you saw on TV. These weren't stunt doubles. They're real ones. Those are the real ones back there. Sarah, stand up, Sarah, and Carolyn and baby Leanna. I think someone's holding baby Leanna back there. But that's my family, and I wanted to bring them here today and publicly acknowledge them, but also just give a warm thank you publicly to my wife. I mean, she's endured a lot with me being in the military and flying and also running for public office. It's been quite a bit of time away from home, and she's really held down the fort and taken care of the great children. So I want to thank her. She's been an inspiration to me. And she's done very well. I would have believed believed and surmised that she would have expected this, being that she is from the Kennedy family. But little did I know when I married her that she was from the apolitical Kennedy family. But nonetheless, I want to extend a warm thank you to all of you. It is just such a humbling opportunity to serve as your Congressman-Elect from this great district, the 16th Congressional District. And it wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for the voters from Medina County here. We won 56% of the vote here, which was only second to Stark County, what we did in Stark County. And those two counties alone put us over the top. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this opportunity to serve all of you and to work to put our country and our state back on track. And I can tell you, it's been a whirlwind. I thought I was going to have a little bit of time down after the election to ramp up and gear up, but it has been nonstop. And we are busy preparing our offices, getting everything in line so that we can hit the ground running immediately once we're sworn in January 6th. Now, I wanted to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing from election night, tell you a little bit about election night, and then what happened in the period afterwards to where we are now. First and foremost, election night was very exciting. We held our victory party in Stark County, and some of you came, and the great help that you all provided on our campaign. That party was for you, because this process about electing our representatives to Congress and electing our representatives in local offices and those who serve now, this isn't about us. It's not about us, it's about you. And it's about the effort that you put into making sure that we have a vibrant and robust democracy. So I want to thank you, and that party was about you, but it was so exciting that night watching the returns coming in and seeing the numbers. It started on the farthest western end of the 16th Congressional District when the Ashland County numbers started coming in. And Ashland County is one of the most Republican counties in the state of Ohio. And we were holding our own. There was one point where we were actually ahead of Senator Scheuring as the returns were coming back. And then Wayne County started trickling in, and we were holding neck and neck with Senator Scheuring there. Then Medina came in, and we pulled ahead, and that was the lead that we needed to stay on that trajectory for the rest of the night, because we did extremely well. We won by 57% of the vote in Stark County. And with these two counties and holding our own in Wayne and Ashland County, we were able to be successful in the 16th Congressional District. Thank you. But more importantly, 1948 was the last time a Democrat was elected to the 16th Congressional District. 1948. You helped us change that and make history. You helped us put this district back in the column of working people so that we can fight hard for those families, the least among us. And we've seen some of the job losses, and we've seen some of the things that have happened over the last couple of weeks that lead us to believe that there's a lot of work that we have to do in Congress in this next cycle. And I can tell you, after that great election night, and Obama gave his victory speech, and we still hadn't heard because Stark County was building up their numbers, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to go and talk to the crowd and tell them that we had been victorious. So we were getting ready to go on stage, and I was preparing my remarks saying, you know, folks, you've waited 60 years for a Democrat to be elected. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer. We don't have the numbers in from Stark County just yet. But just as Obama was finishing his speech, I get a call from Senator Scheuring, and the last round of numbers, well, one of the last rounds of numbers had come in, and he called to concede, and he was very gracious in his acknowledgments, and I asked him that if he would work with me in the state senate, because he'd still 2 years left to serve in the state senate, that we could work to help to improve our part of Ohio and improve the direction of our country, and he was very gracious in accepting that. So we went on stage and made our announcement that we had won, and what an awesome, awesome experience. I can tell you that I've won several races in the state legislature, but I've never had a feeling like I did the night that we celebrated our victory to this congressional district. And not only with a sense of excitement, as we were excited to tackle this new job, but a profound sense of responsibility. A profound sense of responsibility that now the work begins. Now the work begins, and we've got to roll up our sleeves and put our state and our country back on track. And from those days forward, from the call from Hillary Clinton, from a call to from President-Elect Obama, it has just been absolutely humbling to have won this seat. And calls didn't stop. In fact, for the next probably week and a half, my phone messages, you're allowed 30 phone messages on your cell phone, and they got maxed out every day, and I just couldn't keep up with it. So it made me think, wow, a lot of people have my cell phone. But nonetheless, it was very humbling to receive all those calls and acknowledgement. And then we were invited to go to the orientation week in Washington. In arriving into a city that I had visited only a handful of times, having played baseball against George Washington University, we've been there a couple times, but never had been to the Capitol. And then my father and mother had taken me there as kids to tour the Capitol. But walking now up the steps of the Capitol and taking our position there with the 54 other elected members of Congress, some Democrats, some Republicans, it was very humbling to stand on the steps there, to have our picture taken, and then to get ready for the job and preparing our offices. I'll be in the Longworth building. Please, if you're in Washington, stop by. 1516 Longworth building, beautiful, beautiful building, and an opportunity to serve with other members of Congress who are on that floor, and other Democrats and Republicans who are there with us have their offices in that building as well. And we were standing there and thinking about it. I was standing next to a Republican member who won in upstate New York near Buffalo, and a young fellow has a young family, and we were both talking about some of the issues that were presented to us. In his state of New York, where I went to college, and then here in Ohio, we share a lot in common. And western New York to western Pennsylvania, and all across northeast Ohio and into Michigan and some of the other Midwest states, we have seen a lot of challenges before us, with manufacturing job losses, with population retention and the like. So we have a lot of challenges collectively that we wanted to share. And we both resolved that day, standing on the steps, that we agreed that this wasn't about partisanship. This wasn't about partisanship. It wasn't about Democrat or Republican, conservative or liberal. This was about America. And our country has tremendous challenges in front of it, and tremendous opportunity in front of it, if we can get past the negative sound bites and working together. Now, it's going to take a lot of work, and perhaps more work than I had anticipated, judging upon what has happened over the last couple of weeks here, and just yesterday or 2 days ago with the vote with helping automakers. And after that orientation, and standing in Statuary Hall, where some of our forefathers had stood, and sitting where Webster and Adams, and it was just amazing to be in that place. And having that reception with the speaker, and she broke it down. She said, traditionally the speaker's dinner has been for the majority party. She said, but not this time. Not this time. Our country cannot take this partisanship. So Democrats and Republicans alike sat there together. And there were many who saw that as an olive branch, a peace branch for us to work together.